I mean, yeah, if you could get him for cheap, of course, we'll add him to the mix.
Have you seen how many games he's missed the last 3 years?
Yeah, he's had injury issues.
He hurts his ankle like every year. I mean,
and he's just not the main target anymore. It's
Puka.
It's Puka, and you look at the last.
Still had a solid season, just nothing extraordinary.
Yeah, he's not the player he was 4 years ago.
You look at the last few games, last 3 games of the regular season, 0 catches against San Francisco. Now, was that like a terrible weather game, if I recall? I don't know. It was 12-6, that game.
No. Maybe it was raining, but I don't know if it was how bad it was.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Then they played the Jets. He had 3 catches for 24 yards. Played Arizona, 1 catch for 29 yards. In the playoffs against Minnesota, he had 1 catch for 29 yards. And then against Philly, 5 catches, 61 yards, no touchdowns in that stretch.
I mean, I just look at
that last 5-game stretch would get me very nervous.
Like if you could get me close to what he did in 2021. Now that's a big ask.
I mean, he had like 100 touchdowns.
That was the insane year he had. It was the outlier.
Right. I said, give me close to those numbers.
How about what he did in 19 and 20? Those are better.
700 yards.
I mean,
those are more realistic.
If you could get 19 and 20 production, those are 94 and 92 grabs, and he had 13 end zone trips, 10 in one season, 3 in the other.
Right.
Yeah, he's just had ankle problems last 3 years.
Those are more realistic. He's basically had one extreme outlier season, and everything else has been pretty good. 2019 and 2020, maybe a little better than pretty good. But I mean, 2021 was insanity.
Even his 2024 season, like none of the guys on the Commanders roster outside of Terry McLaurin have ever put up numbers like his 2024 season, where he was targeted 100 times, 67 catches, 6 touchdowns. Like that sounds mediocre for Kupp because of what he's done in the past, but it's a massive upgrade over Zacchaeus, Noah Brown, De'Ami Brown. It's a huge upgrade.
I'd much rather have T. Higgins.
Oh, sure.
So,
but you have to pay T. Higgins $30+ million a season.
Yeah.
Like, is Adam Peters going to do that?
I don't know.
What's his salary deal?
19 and 20 million
for the next 2 years.
Yeah, but you could restructure that. I mean, I think it's definitely enticing. I mean, he's never been a burner, right? Look at Zach Ertz in this offense this last year. He ate people up on those underneath routes.
Yeah.
That's Kupp's specialty.
That's where he lives.
I think if he's healthy, he could be just a huge.
If he's healthy, yeah, no doubt.
Healthy-ish.
But you just don't know. You never know. I mean, anybody could get hurt. I mean, he's had some bad luck, and he's a little bit older.
He's just had a history of it in the last 3 years.
You don't need a superstar. You need a number 2. He's a really good number 2. If he's healthy,
if you could rework his deal to make it more team friendly, because according to Spot Track, he has an out after 2025, where it's 3 years, $70 million, I guess, for the Rams. So it sounds like you could finagle the numbers where it wouldn't hurt your salary cap that much if you acquired him. So yeah, I mean, I think it's certainly worth the dice roll if he seems to be healthy. But if he's dogged by ankle injuries and misses 5 or 6 games, then I'm not so crazy about it.
Well, you just can't predict that.
Yeah, sure. And as he gets older, he's going to be more likely to get injured.
It's be a gamble. But what do you think? What's the compensation that you're willing to give up for him?
What would they take? 4th or 5th rounder?
Would they take that?
I wouldn't give up a 4th rounder.
I don't know.
You wouldn't? I think I would give up a 4th rounder for Cooper Kupp.
I don't. I'd
like to split the difference and give a 5th.
I mean, a 4th rounder. If you're going to get what he did last year, you would do it.
If you get 70 catches for 900 yards and 6 or 7 touchdowns, you take that in a heartbeat.
Now, he only had 700 yards, but okay, we'll say 900.
Right.
Hey, for everybody who wants T. Higgins, Higgins has played 12 games the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, he gets banged up too.
He's had some injuries.
He's much younger. He's much younger than Cooper Kupp.
Like the age and the size.
He's hurt. He's injury prone at a young age. Like
but if he's healthy, he's legit.
If he's healthy,
you're telling me if Cooper Kupp's healthy,
but if you sign T. Higgins, you're going to sign him for 4, 5, or 6 years. You're like you're getting married to him long term.
I don't know this. Has he slowed? Is he slower? Has he slowed down? Like if you were to watch him on routes,
with all those ankle
if you were to
injuries,
time him and do all those sort of things,
well,
like he was super quick.
All those guys that are 31 are not what they were coming out of college.
He's had 2 major high ankle sprains. He's had to have slowed down.
And he's going to be 32 when the season starts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're taking a guy who's a little bit long in the tooth.
This is one where you just have to, all of these, you just have to trust Peters. You just have to trust his
right.
guys.
I mean,
with
he's
their
going to go
team.
out and get receivers. I mean, combination
He has
free
to.
agency and draft. but
Yes.
I'm not
It'll be
convinced they're going to give up on Diami. I'm not convinced of that at all.
He's a free
I would like
agent,
to
right?
see him
They gotta
come back.
sign
He
him.
is a free agent.
I would like to see them bring him back.
Yeah,
I
they
think
gotta
he
sign
could
him.
Maybe
do a
they
lot of
would on a
things.
reasonable deal. I mean, you don't.
Yeah, you're
you
not
obviously
gonna-
don't break the bank on Diami
No,
Brown.
Of course not. But I think he's just getting a little bit better every year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He might have gotten some attraction from some teams around the league after
Diami,
some of the plays he made.
he might
definitely
garner
will
some
find it.
interest.
He'll
So there
definitely be in the
might
league.
be a team or two out there that are willing to give him a little bit more than what Peters would give him.
Possibly. But other teams might also look at him and say, well, what did you do for the first 85% of your career with Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do much. Like
you
now
just
you're
say-
showing,
No,
like, why
but-
are you showing flashes all of a sudden when you're getting close to contract time?
Because he's got a quarterback.
I mean, that's certainly
He-
one reason.
He didn't have any decent quarterbacks thrown.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Joe in Manassas if you want to chime in. 800-636-1067. Joe, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Junks? Love the show as always. Happy Wednesday, my guys.
What's up, Joe?
What's up,
Hey,
Joe? What's up, Joe?
Hey, so I thought I was Drab's best friend, but I was just checking.
Yeah.
But that being said, hey,
A lot of
Cooper
people
Kupp, you know-
brokenhearted right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, it makes me sad. But but Cooper Kupp, I don't want Cooper Kupp. I think they have a super chemistry between him and Matt Stafford. And like Jason said, he's always injured. He's not the explosive guy that he used to be. A number 2, yes. We want a little younger guy so we can build the chemistry going forward with Jaden Daniels. Cooper Kupp's not the guy.
Which of the guys that are only here that their deals are up would you keep? Like, would you keep Zacchaeus? Would you keep
I'm keeping
Diami?
Diami, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm keeping Diami. OZ, he's out of here. Zacchaeus or whatever, he's gone. And I'm keeping, I'm keeping Diami.
What about
I
Noah
think he has
Brown?
a
We need a big
I'm
receiver.
keeping both of them. I'm keeping Noah Brown. He had a little bit of juice on him. I liked him before he got hurt. And I think you keep Diami, you keep Noah Brown, you add a second receiver to the mix, as number 2 behind Terry, and hopefully those guys blossom. Diami and Noah Brown will help us with depth.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
you guys
fine
have a
with
great
that.
day. Love
All
your
right,
show.
thanks,
All
Joe.
right, thanks, Joe.
Appreciate it, man.
If you don't want to pay T. Higgins 4 years, $100 million, what about Chris Godwin?
I just have to make sure he's 100% healthy. He had an ankle break.
This
He had a
past
pretty
year,
bad
yeah.
injury.
But for the most part, he's been pretty durable.
He's been productive.
Everybody's
Now
nicked up.
he's older. He's probably 29.
Yeah.
Is there a receiver out there sort of in the prime of his career that's not banged up that we can add?
I'd have to look at the list.
Everybody
In
we're
free-
talking
in
about
free
has,
agency?
it's like
They've got warts.
they got warts.
They got issues.
They're all nicked up.
Well, the top receivers in free agency are Higgins, Godwin, Amari Cooper,
I don't want Amari
Stephon
Cooper.
Diggs.
Isn't Amari Cooper like 100?
Stephon, yeah,
It's not
I
that
would,
old.
He
Been
didn't
around
do much in
forever.
Buffalo.
He kind of disappeared when he went to
I
Buffalo.
wouldn't want him.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, Darius Slayton.
I don't want Diggs. I don't want to add him to this mix.
Yeah,
He'll holler at all the guys' wives.
Hollywood Brown.
No,
Keenan Allen.
Not interested.
All right, got to take a
Well,
break if you
gotta
want to
get
chime
somebody.
in. Do you want Cooper Kupp? Should
I want
Washington
Diami.
trade for him? 800-636-1067.